In this episode, Cory does some solo sailing and we go at anchor. We also test out our batteries and do some cold weather sailing.
The gentle afternoon breeze inspired me to try my hand at a mini solo sail. Raising the sails and maneuvering around without any help required a little more forethought. Luckily, our little boat has everything in place close to the helm. The main sheet, jib sheet, and main halyard all ran to the cockpit, and a set of winches are within reach of our helm. Still, I felt a feeling of accomplishment and a peace of mind knowing that I could handle the boat solo if I needed.
It was kind of weird leaving the sailboat with the dinghy and watching Cory single-hand the boat. He was cruising, which made it way harder to get back onto the boat. Ready to tack?
You like your new hammock?
Oh yeah, this is pretty awesome. I get a nice view of all the surroundings. With some of the last warm weather of the season, we took every opportunity we could to go anchoring. It didn't feel like the end of October. Having our new outboard gave us so much freedom. We could drive over to the breakwall and watch the sunset just before coming back to the coziness of our sailboat. We've been doing a lot of boat work lately. We're finally out sailing again, but we've realized that there's a bit of electrical problems, so we've been testing the batteries. What's happening?
We have some battery trouble. Our brand new batteries are giving us some issues, so they're not holding the charge like they used to be, so we're trying to figure out what's going on. So I'm just disconnecting the batteries and doing some tests with them disconnected from the system to see what we can figure out. We borrowed a battery load tester, but they came up fine. Even after running some long-term tests, the batteries seemed absolutely fine. There you go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop.
Okay.
So Cory is reconnecting the batteries after we did some load test. Not sure what's the problem though. Saying the batteries are okay, that they're not really the cause. Pretty much what's happening is that we're losing all of our power, so they're charging really quickly but then draining really quickly as well, which isn't so good. So now that the batteries seem to be good, we've been doing a bit more testing with the wiring. So it's kind of tricky. We think that there might be some stray current or water got in somewhere, damaged some of the wires, or corrosion. So we're pretty much troubleshooting, and we're soon gonna start taking apart every single wire, I think, to try to find what's the cause. At least if it does happen that it's the batteries or we do kill them, there is a 1-year warranty on them, so that's a good thing. But we still gotta find the problem.
Woo! Sailing! Finally out sailing. It's so relaxing to get out here and go for a sail after lots of work on the boat, seemingly endless work on the boat, wondering how people have enough time to continue to work on their boat and work a job. So as Alex was saying, just a lot of work on the electrical system lately because their batteries are draining. So I think we're gonna start with the ones where it seems like we're getting stray current or a ground fault on them. Basically we hook up a test light between the cables and the battery itself and just see if there's any current going through. So if the light lights up, basically that tells us that there's some current going through it.
So we discovered our batteries, as you saw on the test, that their batteries seem fine. So I'm trying to find where the current is coming from or where the load is coming from. Something is stealing our power from our batteries. So I've just got this little piece of LED here. It's just acting like a little test light, and I've got the two ends of the test light connected to these little alligator clips. So you can see I got one here. This just allows me to check where the power is coming from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the negative end and I'm going to put it over on the battery terminal. So what I did is I also disconnected the batteries here. So on the negative side, I just disconnected both sides. I'm going to connect this to there. With my other end, I'm going to just do a quick test and see when the light lights up. So none of these ideally should light up the light. Oh, look, I'm getting a major draw from this bar as well. I thought it was just this one, which is getting a little bit of a draw, which goes straight to the true charge here, our charging shore power charge. But it seems like our major problem is actually coming from somewhere else on this bank.
Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any of the episodes.
How's it going?
Pretty awesome. I love sailing. We've been doing so much work on the boat that it's kind of nice to just be out there and relax.
It's a beautiful sail, and it actually kind of really motivates me to work on the boat again because I was starting to feel a little negged out by the whole experience, just problem after problem. So it's nice to finally not have problems to deal with for a little while, or at least put a pause to that and just take it out for a nice sail. Motivates me to fix it all up so we can go sailing for an indefinite amount of time.
So I just untangled this rat nest of wires and found two surprises that could be causing us problems. This was underneath some tape, so it's definitely seen a bit better. But I mean, at least it was covered up. And this is the more disturbing thing, though. I'm pretty sure this is a positive and negative taped together, and there was a bit of moisture in there, so another possible problem. As you can see, guys, there's all sorts of wires down here. I've been tearing apart the electrical system. We've figured out pretty much where all the wires are going, and I think we've figured out that the problem is with our alternator. Part of the problem is with our alternator here, and the other part of the problem is with our charging unit over back here. So the alternator is really easy to take off. Once you've disconnected the cables in the back, you just remove the two bolts holding it together. There's one that tightens the belt against it, so you loosen that off, and then you'll loosen off the belt connection on the bottom, and then there's another one that just holds it all to the frame. So let's do that. So we got the alternator out, removed, and we gotta get it taken apart and fixed up. Hopefully this will solve our problem. After finding our alternator actually tested out fine on the load test at the shop, we still didn't know what was wrong.
So we enjoyed some Canadian Thanksgiving at our friend Chris's place.
It was the first time I had had a turkey cooked in a garbage can. It was delicious. Smells good. What you cooking?
I'm making a Italian sausage lentil kind of stew with some produce from the market, because it's a Thanksgiving potluck that's happening at the marina tonight. So making some food. Cheers.
All day. We almost got our rail in the water. Hopefully not our last sail, but it might be because we don't have that much nice weather. It's been really hard to get a nice sail in lately, but we finally got out. There's something about sailing that just relieves stress. It's, you can have so much stuff on your mind and just be so caught up in your day-to-day life or what's going on in your life. And all it takes is putting up these sails and getting out here in the nice breeze for a few hours, and everything just kind of fades away. The wind kind of just washes anything that's on your mind right off your mind, and you really get to enjoy yourself and let go.
Alright, I forgot to show you guys this, but here's our little sail we did the other day. And more importantly, I wanted to show you what sort of speed we were going. We got, oh, darn it. As you can see here, we got up to 8 knots, our first time ever, and an average of 5.8, which isn't too bad at all.
Can you guess what this is? It's a nice long leg bolt. You would assume it's probably holding something really strong. Well, this actually used to be in our engine, holding our engine mount together. So this was on the wood, which then bolts down into the fiberglass or the stringers or whatever that the engine mounts are actually mounted to. So what we're going to try to do is, fingers crossed, we can line up the holes again and then jam this thing back in, because we really don't want to put an end to all of our sailing for the rest of the season, which there's not that much left, but it's just really frustrating because this is one of about 200 projects that keep rearing their heads. So I don't know if you can see that way down there, that little hole there. That's where this bolt goes through.
things you've done and you haven't taken her on a jet ski ride yet?
No, I guess not.
I guess not.
This will be the first time. Enjoy.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We'll be back.
Have fun.
Awesome! It goes so much faster. Thanks for watching, and give us a thumbs up if you liked it.
If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're a new subscriber, thanks for joining our tribe.
Next time.
So juice cleanse can be done pretty much anywhere. Cory and I are going to be doing it in our sailboat.
It's delicious.
So refreshing.
Not motivated. I don't really want to do a juice cleanse this morning.
Cheers to day 3.